What's it like going on a cruise with motor neurone disease? Join us for our adventure and we'll show you how we got on. We went on the P&O Ventura on Saturday the 23rd of May, which happened to be my birthday, and we went to Spain and France. Being disabled means a really quick check-in, and they even rolled out the red carpet for us. This was our first time staying in an accessible room, and we were really impressed with the size compared to the cabin we had last year. You can have a shower!
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, lovely.
Nice big wet room with a fold-down seat, and we requested a raised toilet seat. And that's us sailing away. Could see the hospital where I work, so waved goodbye to that. Saw the Itchen Bridge, Western Shore and Netley. Not a single person on this red funnel waved to us. It's very hot and it's my birthday, so I'm getting a pina colada and we do a bit of sunbathing. Now we start sailing past the Isle of Wight and we can see the Holmwood Hotel where we got married. And now we're going past Cowes and Dave's trying to find his mum's flat. And we give everyone on the island a little wave. And we know that Dave's mum can see the cruise ship from her balcony in Cowes. And we even saw the Hoovercraft. We're straight up to the restaurant to check out the food, and there's some kind of lentil bake thing that Dave enjoyed. I didn't like it. But what I did like were these vegan meringues, and yes, I did eat both of these. Any guesses what we're listening to at the silent disco? It's 80s. Okay, it was Take On Me by a-ha. So we used a company called Mobility at Sea to hire a Sara Steady. I think it was about £100 for the week, so now we're trying it out to see how we're going to get on with it. I'm also using it in conjunction with the handling belt. It's not great on carpets, and no, I don't have any shoes on. All those press-ups came in handy when pushing this around on the carpet. It's our first sea day, so let's check out the weather.
Beautiful.
I'm in a step challenge at work, which I thought might be difficult on the cruise ship, so I decided to take the stairs everywhere, and I did manage to do up to 20,000 steps a day. Oh, just look at this. It was absolutely blissful. The Crocs are off, and we're catching a few rays up on the top deck. And I think we just stayed up here most of the day, to be honest. Accessibility-wise, all these doors had remote sensors or low-down buttons to open the doors for you, and everything had ramps. So now it's Monday and we're at La Coruña in Spain and everybody's got off. So look how quiet it is on the boat. Time for some donuts. Not the eating kind, the wheelchair kind. We are getting off, we just got up late. But we deserve a lie-in, we're on holiday. Showing the SpongeBob movie. See you down there? Oh, do you want me to press the button for you? So this is literally the first thing you see when you get off the boat at La Coruña. We have been here before, but last time we walked around the harbour and this time we decided to go for a stroll along the beach. There was a gorgeous promenade that you could stroll along, for quite a few miles actually. And it had lots of accessible features that we could have used. Oh, it was absolutely beautiful here. And the weather was gorgeous. In fact, we just sat here and watched the waves rolling in for maybe half an hour, just relaxing. Dave's trying to do freedom for tooting here but couldn't get his arm up very high. And then it's back for an evening show. We went up to the Metropolis bar to get a drink and watch the sun go down. And had our favourite rhubarb Bellini. And while the sun was setting out of one window, there was a crazy thunderstorm on the other side. And about midnight we got peckish, so we went and got chip butty from the buffet. And it was tofu scramble for breakfast, which was lovely. There's only one lift on the whole ship that takes you up to deck 19, which is our secret little place. Very, very quiet and very sunny. Now this does look a bit scary, but trust me, it was actually okay. It was the only way to get up here, but it's definitely worth it. So this is deck 19, also known as the golf nets. Oh my god, it's boiling. So everyone had got off today to go to Gijon. We'd been there before and you need to get a shuttle bus to get into the town and we really didn't fancy it. So we thought it would be much nicer to just stay up here for the day and sunbathe. Dave's feet were getting really swollen in the heat, so here's me putting them up for him. Obviously he can't even put sun cream on anymore.
A few inches later, 2 hours later, 1 eternity later.
done. The food was brilliant and there was lots to choose from. Dave tried to feed himself as much as he could, but things like soup we really needed help with. I would also cut up a lot of the food to see how he would get on while I was eating before helping him. There was lots of shows and entertainment in the evening and David could always find a space in his wheelchair. That was the Ventura Orchestra, which we loved. Today we're in Santander and we've never been here before. But we've looked it up and it looks like it's very accessible with nice routes to stroll along in the sunshine. The staff getting on and off the ship was so helpful and really careful with David in the wheelchair. So this is the harbour and it was just gorgeous and really, really hot today. These are statues of children who used to dive in the water for coins and a boat building yard.
Who needs Peloton when you got this view? Woohoo! Here we are in Santander in Spain. Alice Baker on La Vuelta, España. How's it going? Are you in the lead? Are you in the lead? Yeah? It's the funniest cycling shorts I've ever seen. Yeah, is that it? Oh my God. Get the broom wagon.
Now we've come to like a beach area and we're just strolling along, taking our time in the sun. I've gone down to check out the actual sandy bit. And this was actually really accessible. There was a boardwalk all the way down to the water, so you could get onto the beach. And there was a sign showing that where the accessible showers, foot wash were, toilets with a hoist, an amphibious wheelchair. We were really impressed. It's a shame we weren't staying longer. But we do know for next time. We had a look on the Happy Cow app and saw that there was a vegan restaurant nearby called Natu.
Bucket full of fruit.
The size of it. And then in the gardens we saw them filming MasterChef, which was very random. We found a little Lovelock bridge, which was so cute. And I don't condone graffiti, but had to be done. Santander was beautiful. We loved it. And now we're getting back on. And as you can see, they're taking good care, making sure that David is safe in his wheelchair up the ramp. And to my delight, they had gluten-free vegan tiramisu in the buffet. And yes, I did eat 2 of those. And that's Gary the gherkin you just saw there. Our housekeeper Phil from the Philippines had been in and he liked to prop it up on the bed every day. So there was an outbreak of gastrointestinal illness on the ship while we were away. So we were really encouraged with hand washing. And this is when we found out that Dave couldn't wash his hands anymore. David has a wash-dry toilet at home, which is hands-free. So he doesn't wash his hands very much, to be honest. And it was vegan sushi for dinner in the restaurant, which was lovely. That was Pulse, the 80s band. So today we're in France, in La Rochelle. And again, you need to get on a coach to go out of the port and into the town. But just look how good these lifts are on the coach. It was so easy to use and they safely buckled him in when we were on the coach. And here he is getting off and you can see how simple it is. Why do we not have these things in the UK? I was a bit worried about having to go on the coach to go into the town, but really I didn't need to be. This was so straightforward. And the staff were all so helpful and kind. So it was 37 degrees in France, so it was quite hot. We went for a little walk in the parks and through the gardens, which were really lovely. And then went back into the town for some sightseeing. That was really annoying because it was very hard for Dave to navigate in the wheelchair and then it ended up at some stairs. But never mind, we found the beer tent. And this was much needed. And we just sat here and watched the world go by for a while before doing a bit more walking in the heat. But look how scenic it was. It was really beautiful.
You video me?
Yeah.
Woohoo! La Rochelle!
I think here and maybe Santander were our favourite stops. We didn't even buy anything or eat in any restaurants. We just enjoyed walking around looking at everything. And it was actually lovely just to have this time together where I'm not working or actually caring for Dave. We were just walking around. Well, walking and rolling. So it's the end of our trip. We've had some lovely, lovely food. Sunbathed, drunk cocktails. We've been entertained. We've relaxed. Just a gorgeous holiday. And it's just a quick breakfast before we have to get off. I feel really sad about this, but we have booked another cruise. We found a WAV taxi outside the port, and we're going home to see Teddy. We really missed him, and he was very pleased to see us. Don't let disability or motor neurone disease put you off going on a cruise. You can definitely have a great time. You just have to adapt and do things differently, but it can be done. MND can get in the sea.